What is up, my fellow Chibits? Today, I'm here to bring all of you a new anime first impressions from Winter of Anime 2017. The series is called Masamune-kun no Revenge, or for short, Masamune's Revenge. Now, if any of you from last season watched Kiss Him, Not Me from Fall of Anime 2016, then you will probably notice that this first episode of Masamune's Revenge is kind of similar to that series. It's not exactly, there is a little bit of differences here and there, but some of the plot is very similar, especially when it comes to an unattractive main character eventually becoming attractive, and then everybody wants this character, and that's kind of what's going on here with this first episode. And there is a little bit of similarities between the two series, but there is some differences which gives it enough warrant to actually want to watch, Masamune's Revenge. But one of the big things about Kiss Him Not Me that I wish was dived into more was that I wish the characters reflected on their actions for treating the main female character like shit because she was unattractive, and then she became attractive, and it was never really dived into as much as I would like when I was watching Kiss Him Not Me. But it seems like the way this series is going, Masamune's Revenge, it might give us that aspect where some of the characters might realize, like, holy crap, I was treating this person like shit when they were, younger. I was, treating this person like dog shit because they were unattractive. Now they're attractive. They'll probably think on what they did wrong when they were a kid, and that's kind of what the direction of this series is looking like it's going to take. And so automatically, when I was watching this episode, I was like, this is a point I really wanted in Kiss Him Not Me from last season, which was not done, but there is a possibility of this happening in this series, so automatically, I was pretty happy with the first episode just for that alone. Now, when it comes to the main character is very self-conscious. Like, this man, he takes note of everything around him to also realizing what he's going to be eating next, and if he needs to do, exercise after that. He's someone very self-conscious. He was someone that was very unattractive when he was younger. He was made fun of. He had a very sad moment in his life when he tried to confess to a girl he had a lot of respect for. She turned him down, called him, like, very ugly. He was like a pig, and eventually, he decided to get revenge by slimming down, trying to get better looking, and eventually he was going to try to make it to where she falls in love with him, and then he was going to dump her after that because, this was the person she made fun of a long time ago. I mean, the plot overall isn't nothing special, but it's just seeing a character that's trying to go after the main female character, but at the same time, he's not trying to do it for romantic reasons. He's doing it to get revenge. It's kind of interesting. I mean, it's entertaining. It's not the most original thing I've ever seen, but it's entertaining. Now, like I said about his character is very self-conscious. He goes out of his way to put on a mask to where he has this appearance on, showing that, he can get away with certain things because he is attractive, and if he was unattractive, he could not get away with other things that were going on. We see examples of this throughout the first episode of Masamune's Revenge. And, I mean, I do like the direction his character is going, but however, I do wish that the first episode did expand on his character a little bit more, because, I mean, I felt like it should have dived more into his character, his, self-conscious nature about what he's eating or what's going on around him, instead of just focusing on the other, character, the cruel princess. I wish they would have focused in more on his mentality, what was going on inside of his mind. They did it somewhat, but they should have done it a little bit more, personally to my liking. But overall, though, there is a lot of potential with his character for him to turn out pretty good. But I mean, at this moment, though, it's just, he's a kind of generic character, nothing too amazing, nothing too bad, just on a flat level of average, but he has potential to become a very good character or a shit character, depending on the direction of the series. Now, getting back into the plot, once again, I already kind of mentioned it, the plot of the series is about the main character wanting to get revenge against a girl that did him wrong when he was younger. He was very unattractive, he went to this girl's house and all that, and he confessed. Eventually, she called him a pig, and so he decided to change his appearance, make himself look attractive, and eventually, find her one day, make her fall in love with him, and then he would dump her. But most likely, since this is a rom-com, she and he will probably fall in love together. For instance, they'll eventually like each other, and everything will be happily ever after with that. Which I really hope that direction of the series doesn't go down that path. I hope it's not that predictable. I do hope that the main character, he doesn't try to, completely get revenge. Maybe he might see how petty it would be down the road, and maybe he might say, you know what, it's not worth my time trying to get revenge against her. I don't want to go down to that level like her. I want to just be a good person. And then maybe she might feel guilty and very sad, and she might try to apologize to him, which will lead into a situation where she realizes how awful she's been throughout her entire life treating people like this. So, I mean, overall, the plot is something that could possibly become something good or become something very bad, depending on the direction of the writing. It's at that level right now where it has potential, but it also has that potential to fall down into the dirt 6 feet under because of what we have currently going on with the characters, especially with the Cruel Princess to our MC. Now, besides that, however, when it comes to the comedy, there was some comedy here and there throughout the episode, but it was nothing that I was truly laughing about constantly. So, I mean, some might have laughed their asses off since comedy is subjective. I mean, it just really depends on the type of person. So the main female character, as I've already kind of stated, she's kind of cruel. She's the Cruel Princess, that's her nickname. She goes around pretty much describing different people that try to confess to her, and then giving them a nickname that's very insulting, and then eventually people get very upset, and then nobody really wants to be around this person because they were insulted so bad. And we see this personality, it seems like she's kind of a sadist in a way, but also she has a very hidden personality to where she likes to eat, and which is very interesting when you think about how she made fun of the main male character because he was like a pig, but then we found out that she is someone that likes to eat a lot of food. Even though she doesn't seem to gain any weight, she likes to constantly eat because she's constantly hungry, and so this is a side to her that the main character has discovered, which he wants to probably use against her for she can not be as cruel to him like she was in the past, and it's like his trump card. So I mean, overall, I feel like the series has potential. I'd like to see more of it. I probably will give this the 3-episode rule to see where it'll go, but I mean, at this moment though, it was entertaining. I did have fun watching, you know, the first episode. So yeah, I mean, if any of you are interested, I mean, if you want to see a new rom-com, if you want to see something that's similar to Kiss Him Not Me from last season, but it has potential to dive more into the aspect of maybe the characters reflecting on how awful they were when they were younger, treating people like shit, then you might like this series. Now, like I said, I don't know if that's going to happen, but there is a potential possibility, especially how this series is focused on revenge. It's going to focus on that aspect instead of just the comedy aspect that we saw from Kiss Him Not Me. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.